Hello everyone, myself Shashank, currently pursuing MBA in Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, which is affiliated to VTU. Today I am going to present a PPT on experimental research design and their meaning, definition, and their characteristics. Experimental research design is a systematic and a controlled approach used to investigate and causal relationship between variables. It involves manipulating an independent variable and measuring its effects on a dependent variable while controlling for extraneous factors. Definition of experimental research design. Experimental research design is a structured plan of that outlines the procedures for conducting an experiment. It involves manipulating one or more independent variables to observe effects on a dependent variable while controlling for confounding variables. Controller manipulation. The researcher directly manipulates the independent variable to observe its effect on a dependent variable. Random assistant assignment. Participants are randomly assigned to different treatment groups to minimize bias and ensure equal representation of participants in each group. Control of extraneous variables. The researcher attempts to control the other variables that could influence the outcome of the experiment, ensuring that observed effect is due to independent variable. Importance of experimental research design. Experimental research design is essential for establishing a causal relationship between variables. It provides a structured and systematic approach to investigating phenomena, allowing researchers to draw valid and reliable conclusions. Causality. Experimental research design is our gold standard and establishing causal relationship between variables, helping to determine whether one variable directly influences another. Control. Experimental designs allows researchers to control for extraneous variables, minimizing the influence of confounding factors and ensuring that observed effects are due to manipulated variables. Objectivity. Experimental designs provide a structured framework for conducting research, reducing subjectivity and bias, leading to more objective and reliable results. While not always focused, well designed experiments can contribute to understanding how findings from a specific sample can be generalized to broader population. Classification of experimental designs. Experimental designs can be broadly classified into three categories: pre experimental, true experimental, and quasi experimental. Each category employs different levels of control and randomization, resulting in varying degrees of internal validity. Pre experimental, these designs lack random assignment and control groups, making it difficult to establish causality. True experimental, these designs involves a random assignment of participants to treatment groups, providing a strong internal validity and allowing researchers to draw causal inferences. Quasi experimental, these designs lack full random assignment, making it challenging to control for all the extraneous variables, but they provide a balance between control and practicality. Completely randomized design. In a completely randomized design, participants are randomly assigned to different treatment groups. This design provides a strong internal validity and is widely used in experimental research. Random assignment. Participants are randomly assigned to treatment groups to ensure equal representation and minimize bias. Treatment groups. Each group receives a different level of independent variable, allowing researchers to compare the effects of different treatments. Data analysis. Statistical analysis used to compare the results of different treatment groups, determining the effect of independent variable on a dependent variable. Randomized block design. A randomized block design involves dividing participants into blocks based on a specific characteristics such as age, gender, or a pre-existing condition. This helps control for a potential confounding variable within each block of extraneous variables. Latin square design. A Latin square design is a type of experimental design that allows researchers to control for two extraneous variables simultaneously. It is particularly useful when studying multiple treatments. Grid structure. The design involves arranging treatments in a grid structure, ensuring that each treatment appears only once in each row and column. Balanced design. A balanced nature of a design helps to control of effects of both extraneous variables, leading to more accurate results. Control of extraneous variables. The design controls for effects of two confounding variables by ensuring that each treatment is equally represented in each round column of a grid. Factorial design. A factorial design allows researchers to study the effects of multiple independent variables simultaneously, examining both the main effects and interaction effects. This design is particularly useful for investigating complex phenomena. Multiple independent variable. Researcher manipulates two or more dependent variable at different levels, allowing for comprehensive investigation of their combined effects. Main effects. The design allows researchers to examine the independent effect of each variable on a dependent variable. Interaction effects. The design helps to understand how the independent variable interact with each other to influence the dependent variable. Repeated measures design. A repeated measures design involves measuring the same group of participants multiple times on a dependent variable under the different treatment conditions. This design efficient and allows for a study of individual differences. The same group of participants is measured multiple times, allowing for the study of individual differences and effects of treatment over a time. Multiple measurements. Design involves measuring the dependent variable multiple times for each participant under different conditions, providing more data points for analysis. Advantages and limitations of experimental designs. Experimental research design offer several advantages, but they also have limitations. Understanding these advantages and limitations is crucial for choosing a most appropriate research design for particular study. Advantages. Establishes a causal relationship, controls for extraneous variables, provides objective and reliable results. Limitations. Artificial setting, limited generalizability, ethical